It's bad when you're drunk before you even begin the stream. I have found a very, very, very cheap version of Pimm's in Lidl. Thumbs up! Anyway, welcome to Simon's Saturday streaming. Once again, we'll be bouncing around a couple of PS4-y games because I couldn't be bothered and I wasn't capable of setting up my PS3 or PS2 to be strummed. Plus, there's a few new things that are going on with the world. Taking another sip of alcohol. So, this will be probably the last time that this will be in a live stream because I have a new beauty. If I just God, it's heavy. This arrived in the post today. My Yeti microphone. It's massive. It's going to be amazing. And it's like a broadcast mic. So that will improve things, hopefully, for everyone here, along with a few other things that have arrived. So this is Laserlife. It recently came out a few weeks ago on the PS4 as well as Xbox and PC. Well, I assume Xbox. I've seen it on PC anyway. Essentially, you are the guy in the middle who has died in some horrific accident somewhere along the line. It was that one I started with. And essentially what you are then asked to do is to go back through his memories and understand what he's supposed to have done or be doing. So each thing has like 4 memories that you can get round and do. So there's 12 levels throughout the game. I was trying to work out where I got to. Because I completed it, but no, it must be this then. And it plays very similar to... Have you ever played Entwined? / Entwined, if you're speaking like that. There you can see. So you are playing as the left and the right little things, and it's ultra beautiful. But in order to collect the memories, you need to go up to the top. Make sure you're hitting everything as it goes along. And you've got this kind of lo-fi electronica that backs whatever you're doing. But I must say actually, for a music game, and I hate to be critical so early on in a video, but the music is really not all that for what is essentially a artsy rhythm game. However, the visuals are great. Maybe I should have chosen rhythm on a night where I was already pissed. But this doesn't suffer the same issue that I had with Entwined, where I struggled to understand the depth of what was coming towards me in the tube. And sometimes it felt like when I missed stuff, it felt unfair. Whereas here it doesn't. because there's depth to those cubes, so I can see what's coming. Woohoo! Excellent memory harmonization. Well done, me. So that's like part 1. Then you always get like this part 2, which is about guiding things through the holes, and this is harder than I find the actual like clicking to the beat. Because of things like that. And thank God for the little light that tells you whether or not you're on or off track in advance. So like that's just leaving the sticks in the middle. But it becomes to like degrees of everything around the circular spectrum. And that's where it becomes very difficult to get 100% run-throughs on stuff. And there is a trophy in this game that requires you to have 100% of the notes from all the songs. And it's not the clicking. I like the little train that's going through. It's not the clicking that's ever the issue, it's this. Because where the tunnel is not a straight line, obviously, it makes it inherently quite a difficult task to complete. But that lighting system makes it do the best that it can. So as you can see, the memory that we're doing is kind of regressing back to childhood. Oh, look, the teddy bear! So you can see like train sets and like little toys all like flying around everywhere. And then this like weird little dodgy bit at the end, which essentially really decides like how your score is. Because if you get that wrong, then your end score is not times by 40, it's times by like 1. So then you kind of drain your memory around by waggling your stickies. And your memory is born out of your dead body and into the world as a slightly creepy teddy bear. I remember a world of play. That was very long ago, mate. Now we're all slaves to the waves of work. Because life is like that and a little bit horrible. So that is how Laserlife works. So if we move on to the next memory, it will be the same thing again, where you go through those 3 phases. Phase 1 to get your combo right the way up. Phase 2 to keep it there. I think that looks so pretty, that like electric light glow effect. I think is beautiful. starts to get more complicated where stuff's like moving around to both sides of the screen, and essentially this bit just becomes more dexterous, for want of a better word. I'm not sober enough. And one of the things that I find disappointing is that the music that's like through this bit that evolves not only is relatively flat, but also like throughout this, like stage 1 is the same, then stage 2 where you've got the 4 levels there, it's the same there as well. If only that was a little bit more memorable, I think this would elevate this game from a quite cool concept into something that's a little bit more staying with you and memorable long term. Because everything else I think works really well. Good evening, viewer. Got them all. Now, can I survive the next bit? Because it's always the next bit that buggers me up. Cut my thumb. Okay, so get through the gates. And you'll start to see that unlike the first level where it was just up, down and an occasional one in the centre, it's like that now. It's only level 2. Stay like that all level, that's fine. I like how clever it is in that, like, this level is clearly like the water level, and it does feel swimmy. Oh, I've missed something, fuck it. My chain, my beautiful chain. That will ruin the end score. And then our little avoidance at the end, which essentially over the 12 levels the gap to get through gets ridiculously thin and these come much faster, but I don't generally find this bit much of an issue because it's quite predictable as to where this bit comes. getting it wrong. Materialise the memory. Oi, hey. It was a whale. I remember being on the open sea. Just 2 stars for that one. I got 1 star for this on my previous playthrough. Let's see how crap I can be on this level. Yeah! Run out of alcohol. This could be bad. Love that effect! There's a whole game that could be done with electric light writing. Surely. Am I just the only one that thinks this? In fact, it reminds me of Child of Eden. You know the level where it's all... ah, shit, I've missed one. You know the Child of Eden level, if you've ever played the game where it's on the lake. The beautiful one! Hang on, it's all beautiful. Bugger, I missed 2. Stupid thumb. Shouldn't cut it trying to open a bottle of alcohol. Bad times, Simon, bad times. Right, what are we doing here? of the music changes. Ah, bollocks. Very walking simulating. Avoid everything. Done. So that end bit actually, where you've got to waggle the sticks, is timed. So if you take your time and just waggle it a little bit, you don't get the final score that you should deserve. Remember the warmth of summer. That's not what I'd have called that. I'd have thought it was my first house. Anyway, so that is Laserlife. Oh, I improved my score. Way, not bad for a drunkard. There are 12 levels, kind of at different phases of his life, so that you can discover his memories and understand what makes him tick. It's all very nice. I really do like the gameplay and the graphical movements of it. I wish the music was a little bit more catchy or standoutish, but if you like something like Entwined, this will more than float your boat. So I'll be back in a smidgy with another game in a bit. Until then, bye bye bye. Need more alcohol.